For many Ugandans, sexual and gender-based violence is just one of the societal challenges. But for victims like Monica Namaganda, it's a matter of life and death. Her years of sexual purity wasted in just a night.
Kati wampita nangamba gulawo madde njagala kukyakonywa nenzigulawo kati bwe naggulawo nanjigirayo akaso n'akanteeka ku bulago nangamba kati olina okukola kyenjagala neneerwanako engeri obudde gye bwali bwa kiro nga ndiwo obwomu nga sisobola kwetaasa era lwali olwo nankwata ku mpaka kati engeri gye nali saagala nga ndi mukalubo muzibu era nandeeta omusaayi gwali mungi era nefaana akabuka ka siriimu yamaliriza ekizibu kye n'atambula n'agenda era nalina kusirika busirisi kati obudde buno ndi ku Makerenda mmira.
In corporate offices, schools, in enclosed home fences, even on matrimonial beds during day and in the dead of night, many fall victims.
Era yali ankaka kubanga nze nali siyakyayagala nali simwagala kubanga bwe namala ofuna olwo olubuto olusooka nga tetukyakwatagana nempulira nga ntamye nempulira nga sikyamuliko nemuvaako naye bwe yajja ogwo mulundi gwokubiri ng'akomyewo bwe nafuna olubuto lw'ono omwana era yandeepinga buleepinzi kubanga yajja kiro yandeepinga kubanga twali tetwakiriziganya eyo mboozi mbasagala girowoozaako aliwo wempulira n'obusungu ng'omwana nyi.
The future of promising young girls and children has been shattered. Some have died, others have survived to narrate their ordeals.
Agala kusaba sente z'okozeewo tusoguliddemu abaana emmere naye nga ayagala kuzitwala butwazikola ki kunywa tuwulira n'otuuka ne mu nnyumba oluusi mutuusa okwebaka oluusi omusiriikiridde n'akuba empi oluusi ng'akaka mukwano n'akaka omukwano.
When I look at the Uganda Crime Police report for 2020, we see an increase in the domestic violence reported. We see an increase in defilement. Young girls are being defiled, and worst of all, defiled by their biological parents. For example, 120 girls were defiled by their biological parents. 300 of them were defiled by HIV positive individuals, which is really not good.
Many of those who survive wish they could turn back the hands of time and change their present. Refugee and fishing communities are the prominent flashpoints. These facial expressions give a glimpse of the trauma they go through every day, and there seems to be no end in sight to their predicament. Not even government's affirmative action has done enough to save these innocent women and children from the violence hurled at them under the cover of traditions.
Buli kimu yasalawo wekiba kino ye gwe toyina kwogera wogezaako oyogere luyi wogezaako omuwakanye kukuba.
When women are coming in marriage, their sengers, the aunties are advising them, omusajja taddwamu, a man is a man. So please, when you are beaten or you have issues or sexual-related issues, you keep quiet. And this has created a lot of problems.
Do you know that there are women who believe that if their husband does not beat them, they don't love them? They even ask, has your sweeter, has your husband ever slapped you? No, he's so loving, he cares, he has never beaten me. And they say, honey, you got it wrong. that man does not love you. Every loving husband must beat you up.
Even when we would count the properties a person has, women were included among the properties. But at least there is a change, a slight change, but not a very big change. Why is it that the change has not come? One, because of our cultural background.
The laws, which would have been a safety net, are far from providing solutions as they lean towards the side of perpetrators.
We possibly need new leadership in this area, because I think Uganda is going down the drain.
By the time the woman reaches the police, they will say, no, woman, there is your case really, I think you handle it domestically. You see such a kind of situation. We have weak laws. We need to strengthen those laws, and we need to see culprits being punished.
The reality of how big the challenge is in the Ugandan society is seen through spiritual leaders to whom many victims run. Others die in silence.
There is increased cases connected to sexual gender-based violence, and it's a challenge to us.
They have the money. When he rapes, he is going to pay. He defiles, the parent is a poor family, he's going to be given money and then keeps quiet. So this sensitization of about the gravity of those ills needs a lot to be done. And also we thank the government that they are sensitizing, putting in place certain mechanisms to see that this one stops.
A World Bank study in 2017 showed that the Ugandan economy had lost 77 billion shillings that year to incidents of sexual and gender-based violence and combating its effects.
I think as a government, it looks we don't have enough. But when he looks at Uganda in general, I think we would be having enough finances and resources if they were well managed and well prioritized to areas which are very important. But I think our resources are not well managed and well prioritized to areas that are very pertinent to people's life and which would generate the development we have.
Are we realizing and acknowledging that SGBV is a problem with far-reaching effects on the community? If we are acknowledging it, what are we doing? Where are we putting our money? You know, can we put money into institutions so that they can go and actually do their work in the way that it is intended to be?
An inquiry by a select committee of parliament in 2019 revealed that 77.7% of primary school children experience sexual abuse while at school, while 82% of students in secondary school experience sexual abuse, of whom 8% had been defiled.
Yeah, even though government has done its part, there is still a lot that needs to be done. For example, enforcement of the laws. Most of the cases are not well handled by police. We have files getting lost. There is a lot of money involved, and most of these survivors are vulnerable people. So when you talk about money, someone runs away and they never come back to report. So there is need to facilitate that process and maybe facilitate police and other stakeholders to manage these cases.
I think we need to come out of this to help our people to know where to go, whom to speak to when there are such challenges. But by the way, this is not only for women. Especially where I come from, the culture thing is a man does not cry. You have to be a man. Musajja takaba. You have to be a man whatsoever. So men are suffering honorably, and they die honorably.
As the dark cloud of uncertainty hovers over Ugandans, especially women and children, many non-governmental organizations like Faith for Family Health Initiative, 3FHI, have risen to say no. They want more done to end the silent pandemic.
The legal part, that's where help should come from. To ensure that there are the right laws to help. One, to bring mediation, if not that, to see that there are punishments.
We need to train our younger people by educating them about the issue when they are still younger, especially the boys. And then if we can have programs like advocacy programs where you train the youth so that they become peer-to-peer educators among themselves. And then maybe we create friendly, youth-friendly kind of spaces and centers within schools with information where they can go and be educated.
In the way between violence and the other things that happen is the rule of law, which many Ugandans are discarding and throwing out of the window. So I would like to say that unless we go the police way, I don't know. I don't see it.
Batekewo amateeka babateekeko omukono ogw'ekyuma. Omuntu akwata omuntu nga teyeeyagadde ne waba muntu mukulu mubi nnyo.
They hope that if everyone plays their part, there won't be many women like Monica Namaganda. There won't be more tears like this.